Hello and welcome to Pro Football Weekly. I'm Adam Anschel, joined by Executive Editor Dan Arkish. We're here to talk about a part of the game that really you can't control but plays a huge role during the NFL season, injuries. And Dan, you've looked at all 32 teams and ranked them from 1 to 32. What teams have been hit hardest this year by injuries?
Well, obviously, Adam, at the top of the list, you have to have the Packers, 6 starters on injured reserve. Jermichael Finley, the key guy in the offense. Then I guess you'd have to move to Indianapolis. They've just gotten murdered with a lot of key offensive guys and defensive guys too.
So we talked about the teams that have been hit hardest. What teams have kind of escaped injury this year?
Well, I guess I'd have to put the Bears at the top of the list. They've been amazingly injury-free this year. Unlike last year, Urlacher went down in week 1 and it was all downhill after that. This year, they've had very few injuries, and look at their record. So, that kind of shows, the impact.
And you also look at it by position and kind of your all-injury team. At quarterback, you have Tony Romo. Had a few choices there. Why'd you go with Romo, and who else was in consideration?
Well, I guess, he was probably the highest profile, certainly going into the year. I mean, so many people thought that the Cowboys were a legitimate Super Bowl team. But obviously that was not the case. I think he's still, of all the guys that got hurt, probably the best. We could have considered Matthew Stafford. The Browns have had like a quarterback roulette type situation, but Romo was the one guy that kind of stuck out.
Now, running back, a guy that was just knocked out last week, Frank Gore, a huge part of the Niners offense, obviously. You also mentioned Ryan Grant earlier. He was gone all year. Why Gore?
Well, he's 40% of that offense, and not only is he extremely important on the field, he's also a key guy off the field, and so that's a major loss. In the NFC West, the Niners are still in the hunt. It's really going to be difficult for them without Gore.
I think one of the most interesting things about the list is not only are the teams that have been the healthiest the winning teams, but also the teams that have been hit hardest, like the Colts, the Patriots, and Packers. Those are all potential playoff teams.
Yeah, well, the one thing with them, like in the case of New England and Indianapolis, they just have terrific depth. They do a great job of reserves coming in and picking up the pieces. I mean, the Patriots with Danny Woodhead, the Colts, they just bring out these guys, that nobody's heard of, and they seem to get the job done, and that's a testament to the entire organization.
It seems like the best franchises always find a way to keep getting these guys to plug in. Well, thank you, Dan. We'll check back with you as injuries continue to play a part as the season winds down. And for all of the best insider information in the NFL, go to ProFootballWeekly.com.